Imagine waking up every day knowing that money is flowing into your life, not by chance, but because you've built the habits and skills that make it happen. You're not waiting for opportunities to come to you. You're creating them. You're not relying on luck. You're working on the things that truly matter and positioning yourself in a way that attracts wealth. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to make that a reality. We'll talk about the specific things you can do right now to get ahead, to start building real skills that solve problems, and to create the kind of life where money isn't just a hope, it's a certainty. You don't need to wait for a breakthrough moment or the perfect conditions. The keys to unlocking your financial success are right in front of you. And once you understand them, you'll see how easy it is to make money flow like crazy. You won't find any gimmicks or get-rich-quick schemes here. Just straightforward, actionable steps you can take to start seeing results. By the end of this video, you'll have the clarity and the confidence to go out there and start making money work for you. So if you're tired of feeling stuck, if you're ready to take control of your financial future, stick around. Now let's dive in. Number 1. Build skills that solve real problems every day. Building skills that solve real problems every day is the cornerstone of success. If you want to earn more, you must focus on improving the skills that truly make a difference in people's lives. There's no secret to wealth, no hidden trick. It's about consistently adding value by becoming better at what you do, and the more skilled you are at solving problems, the more opportunities come your way. In today's fast-paced world, problems are everywhere. People are constantly searching for solutions to make their lives easier, their businesses more effective, or their homes more organized. These are real challenges that people face every single day, and the best way to earn is to step into that space with the right skills that provide the answers they need. The truth is, people will always pay for something that makes their lives easier or helps them get ahead. Your job is to identify those problems and then work on building the skills that can fix them. You can't just hope to find success, you have to earn it. And you do that by mastering the skills that matter. When you build these skills, you're not just learning for the sake of learning, you're equipping yourself to make an impact. If you solve problems people care about, you'll never have to worry about income. It will follow you because you've positioned yourself as someone who can create value. This isn't just about learning a new software or gaining a technical certification. It's about mastering the art of providing solutions. It could be anything from improving a product, finding a more efficient way to complete a task, or helping people navigate their own personal struggles. No matter the field, the skill to solve a problem is universally valuable. But the key is recognizing where the real needs lie and developing your abilities in those areas. You need to start by paying close attention to the world around you. Observe what people are talking about, what they're frustrated with, and what they're trying to improve. Your opportunity lies in these gaps. These are the places where you can make a difference. Sometimes it's as simple as noticing an easier way to complete a task. Other times, it's about figuring out a solution that others have overlooked, but the ability to identify these problems is critical, because once you see them clearly, you can begin to develop the skills to solve them. Every day there's a chance to refine your skills. Take every opportunity to learn and practice. If you're not improving, you're falling behind. But it's important to understand that growth isn't just about being busy. It's about focused effort. When you commit to building your skills, you are making deliberate, purposeful choices to improve. You're putting in the time day after day to master the areas that matter most. Over time, those small investments compound into something bigger, and your value grows exponentially. You can't wait for opportunities to find you. You must be proactive. Actively seek out problems to solve and work on your skills to address them. Whether it's through reading books, taking courses, or simply practicing what you've learned, you must continuously build on what you know. But don't just learn for the sake of it. Learn with a focus on how it will make you better at solving problems. The more you can do this, the more value you'll provide, and that value will be rewarded. Another essential part of this process is learning how to communicate your solutions effectively. Building a skill is one thing, but being able to explain how it solves a problem is equally important. People won't pay for something unless they understand its value. They won't see your worth unless you make it clear how you can help them. So once you've built your skills, make sure you can articulate them in a way that resonates with others. Think about it. If someone is looking for a solution, they're looking for someone who can make things clear. They need to know how your solution works, why it's effective, and how it will improve their situation. The ability to communicate that clearly is a skill in itself. And just like any other skill, it must be honed. When you learn how to present your skills in a compelling way, people will trust you more and they'll be willing to pay you for your expertise. It's also important to keep growing and adapting your skills. What's valuable today might not be valuable tomorrow, so you have to stay flexible. The world is changing all the time, and new problems are always emerging. That means your ability to adapt and learn new skills is just as important as your ability to solve the problems of today. Stay curious, stay open-minded, and continue to learn. Don't get comfortable. Keep pushing yourself to expand your skill set. This is how you stay ahead of the curve. Focus on mastery. Too many people make the mistake of jumping from one skill to another without really becoming good at any one thing. To truly stand out, you have to go deeper into the areas that you want to excel in. Mastery comes with time and practice, but it also comes with intentionality. Focus on perfecting the skills that will have the greatest impact. Be relentless in your pursuit of improvement. The more skilled you are, the more likely it is that money will flow toward you. But while building these skills is important, it's equally important to have the right mindset. Be willing to put in the effort. Be prepared for the challenges that come with growth. There will be moments where you feel like giving up, where the progress seems slow, or where you face obstacles that seem insurmountable. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is the ability to push through those moments. Stay focused, stay committed, and keep reminding yourself why you started in the first place. Once you've developed your skills and started solving real problems, you can leverage your value. This doesn't just mean making more money. It means expanding your reach, building your influence, and creating more opportunities for yourself. Your skill set will set you apart from the competition, and the more you build it, the more people will seek you out for your expertise. The more you can solve problems for others, the more opportunities will come your way. Success isn't about working harder. It's about becoming more capable. It's about using your skills to provide solutions that matter. When you focus on developing skills that solve real problems, you put yourself in a position to create lasting impact. You put yourself in a place where money can flow freely, because you've become someone who consistently delivers value. And when you do that, the world rewards you. People pay for solutions, and when you're the one providing them, wealth follows. So build your skills, invest the time and energy to master them. Learn how to communicate the value you bring to others. Stay open to growth and learning, and focus on solving real problems. This is how you'll build the foundation for wealth. And once that foundation is solid, there's no limit to how much you can grow. Number 2, take full control of where your money goes. Taking full control of where your money goes is one of the most empowering things you can do for your financial future. Many people live paycheck to paycheck because they're not actively managing their money. Instead, they let their spending dictate their financial life. But the truth is, you can't expect to build wealth if you don't take charge of every dollar you earn. You need to be intentional with where your money goes and how it works for you. If you want money to flow like crazy, it starts with you controlling its direction. This doesn't mean being overly tight with your spending, but it does mean being mindful and strategic. It's about knowing exactly where your money is coming from and where it's going. Every dollar should have a purpose, and if it doesn't, it's a missed opportunity. Start by tracking your expenses. Too many people just spend without thinking. You get your paycheck, you pay your bills, and you spend on whatever catches your eye. But this lack of awareness is a major reason why many people struggle financially. The first step to taking control of your money is understanding exactly where it's going. There are many tools and apps that can help you track your expenses. If you don't know where to start, get a notebook and write down everything you spend. It may seem tedious, but it's necessary. You have to see the patterns to change them. Once you know where your money is going, you can start making conscious decisions about your spending. You'll quickly realize that some things you spend on are not contributing to your future growth. It's easy to get caught up in the small everyday expenses, the coffee, the eating out, the random impulse purchases. When you look at your spending habits, you'll often find that these small things add up over time. They might seem insignificant individually, but together they can drain your resources and prevent you from achieving your financial goals. Taking control of your money means deciding where your money should go based on what matters most to you. You can't just keep spending without thought, hoping that things will magically work out. You need to decide how much goes towards savings, how much goes into investments, and how much goes to things that enhance your skills and well-being. If you spend your money wisely, it will grow. But if you waste it, you're only delaying your financial success. You need to prioritize your spending. This isn't about cutting out every pleasure or being overly frugal. It's about making sure that the majority of your spending is in line with your long-term goals. The more you invest in your future, the more you set yourself up for success. For example, instead of spending on things that depreciate quickly, consider investing in skills, books, courses, or tools that will help you build wealth over time. These investments pay off in the long run. Your time and your money are valuable, so treat them as such. You can also begin setting a budget. A budget isn't just a list of numbers, it's a tool that gives you control. A budget allows you to allocate your money intentionally. Instead of wondering where your money went, you'll know exactly where it went. A well-planned budget doesn't limit your life, it enhances it. It gives you freedom, because you're no longer constrained by financial uncertainty. You can see your progress toward your goals and adjust as needed. One of the most important things to keep in mind is that taking control of your money is about consistency. It's not about making a few good decisions here and there. It's about consistently making the right choices every day. You have to get in the habit of thinking about your money before you spend it. Will this purchase help you reach your goals? Does it align with your vision? If it doesn't, then it's not the right choice for you. But if it does, then go ahead. That's where your money should be going. Remember, controlling where your money goes doesn't mean restricting your lifestyle or not enjoying life. It means being disciplined about the bigger picture. You may need to cut back on a few things now to create space for the things that matter most later. But the reward of doing so is greater financial freedom and a sense of control over your future. Every decision you make about where your money goes should be aligned with your larger vision. It's also important to think about your financial goals. What are you working toward? Is it financial independence? A comfortable retirement, building a business, buying a home? Whatever your goals are, you need to design your spending habits around them. Your daily decisions should be based on what you want to achieve in the long run. If you want to retire early, for example, you'll need to make sacrifices today so you can invest and save for tomorrow. If you want to build wealth, every dollar you spend should be helping you move in that direction. Sometimes, taking full control means saying no to things that don't serve you. It might mean not buying the latest gadget, resisting impulse purchases, or cutting back on non-essential expenses. It can be difficult at first, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes. You start to see the bigger picture, and the short-term sacrifice doesn't seem as significant when you realize the long-term benefits. One thing you should always keep in mind is that taking control of your money doesn't just affect your financial situation, it affects your mindset as well. When you have control over your finances, you feel empowered. You're no longer at the mercy of unpredictable expenses or financial stress. You're in charge, and that feeling of control carries over into every area of your life. Another essential part of taking control is setting aside money for emergencies and unexpected events. Life is unpredictable, and you never know when an unexpected expense will arise. By budgeting and saving for emergencies, you prevent those situations from throwing you off course. When you know you're prepared for the unexpected, you can take risks, pursue opportunities, and continue to grow without fear of financial setbacks. As you take control of your money, you'll notice how it begins to flow more freely. When you manage your spending wisely, you free up resources to invest in your future. The more intentional you are with your money, the more you'll see it grow. And as it grows, so do you. You become more confident, more strategic, and more in control of your life. The process of taking control of your money is ongoing. It's not something you do once and forget about. It's a habit that you develop, a mindset you adopt. The key is to stay consistent and always be mindful of where your money is going. Every dollar you spend or save is a step toward your future. The more you control, the more you grow. And the more you grow, the more money will flow toward you. Take control of where your money goes and the rest will follow. It's a simple truth that can change everything for you. When you master this, you'll have the power to create the financial future you've always dreamed of. Your money won't be a source of stress anymore. It'll be a tool to help you build the life you want. Number 3, wake up early and chase your financial vision. Waking up early is a simple yet powerful habit that can transform your life and put you in control of your financial future. Many successful people swear by the power of early mornings, and there's a reason for that. When you wake up early, you give yourself the time and space to focus on what truly matters, without the distractions of the day. You can use that time to take intentional action toward your financial goals. It's about setting the tone for your day and ultimately, your life. The world is still quiet in the early hours, and that's when you have the best opportunity to get ahead. It's when your mind is fresh and you can make the most of your energy and focus. There are no meetings, no emails, no interruptions. The early morning hours are yours to shape and direct as you see fit. It's during this time that you can work on the habits and actions that will build the life you want. But it starts with waking up early, with purpose. Chasing your financial vision is about being proactive rather than reactive. When you wake up early, you put yourself in the driver's seat of your life. You take control of the day before it even begins. You can't afford to sleep through opportunities or let the world decide your path. Every successful person has one thing in common. They start their day early with a clear focus on what they want to achieve. There's something about the stillness of the morning that allows you to think clearly. When you wake up early, you give yourself the space to set your intentions for the day. It's your time to reflect, plan, and get into the right mindset. You can start your day with gratitude, clarity, and a vision of what you want to accomplish. This mental clarity sets you up to take focused action throughout the day, which leads to better results in everything you do, including your finances. Think about it. How often do you wake up feeling rushed and overwhelmed? You wake up late, you scramble to get ready, and before you know it, the day is slipping away. You're reacting to what's happening around you, rather than actively pursuing your goals. But when you wake up early, you give yourself the time to move at your own pace. You can start your day with purpose, and that makes all the difference in your ability to chase your financial vision. Waking up early also means you're not just reacting to the world, but you're actively creating the life you want. Successful people wake up with a plan. They know what they need to do to get closer to their goals. They understand that every day is an opportunity to move forward. It's about making deliberate choices that push you towards success. When you wake up early and prioritize your financial vision, you start each day with the intention to take steps that bring you closer to your dreams. One of the most important things you can do in the morning is to create a routine that supports your goals. Your morning routine sets the tone for your entire day. If you wake up with a sense of purpose, you're more likely to carry that energy throughout the rest of your day. Whether it's reading a financial book, reviewing your budget, or working on a side project, you can use your early hours to move the needle on your financial goals. It's about being consistent. The more you make progress toward your vision each day, the more momentum you build. But it's not just about the time. It's about what you do with that time. Waking up early isn't enough if you don't have a plan. You need to have a clear vision of what you want to achieve and a roadmap for getting there. What are the steps you need to take to build wealth? What are the actions you need to take to move forward? When you wake up early, you have the chance to think through these things and create a strategy for success. When you start your day early, you take control of your time. Time is one of the most valuable resources you have. And if you want to chase your financial vision, you need to make sure you're using your time wisely. The early morning hours give you a head start on the day, and that can make all the difference in your progress. You're not wasting time on distractions or unnecessary activities. You're focused and intentional, using each moment to move closer to your goals. There's also a sense of discipline that comes with waking up early. It requires commitment and consistency. You're telling yourself that your financial goals matter enough to prioritize your time and energy. Waking up early isn't always easy, especially when it's tempting to stay in bed. But it's one of the best ways to prove to yourself that you're serious about your vision. It's a simple act that can have a profound impact on your success. Another important aspect of waking up early is the ability to focus. Early in the morning, you're less likely to be distracted by emails, phone calls, or social media. Your mind is clear, and you can focus all your energy on what truly matters. If you spend your first hours of the day focused on your financial goals, you're setting yourself up for success. It's the perfect time to plan, reflect, and take action without interruptions. The quiet of the morning also gives you the space to think deeply about your goals and your progress. You can evaluate where you are and where you want to go. You can ask yourself tough questions about your habits, your decisions, and your mindset. It's during these early hours that you can realign yourself with your vision and make sure you're on the right path. By waking up early, you're giving yourself the opportunity to make adjustments, set new goals, and continue moving forward. Chasing your financial vision requires consistent action. You can't afford to wait for the perfect moment. You can't wait for the right time to start. Every day is an opportunity to take one step closer to your goals, and waking up early gives you the space to do that. It's a simple change in your routine that can have a huge impact on your life. When you wake up early, you set yourself up for success by taking control of your time and your focus. The key is to take that early time and use it wisely. It's not just about waking up early, it's about what you do with the time you have. If you use those early hours to work toward your financial vision, you'll see the results. You'll feel more empowered, more focused, and more in control of your future. And as you continue to wake up early and take intentional action, you'll find that money begins to flow more easily into your life. Waking up early and chasing your financial vision isn't a one-time thing, it's a daily practice. It's about building habits that will support your long-term goals. When you start your day with purpose, you set yourself up to make the most of every opportunity. And as you continue to put in the work, you'll see the results in your finances, your life, and your future. Number 4. Work harder on yourself than on your income. The key to financial success doesn't lie only in earning more money. It lies in becoming the type of person who can create and sustain wealth. Money follows people who understand that true growth comes from working on themselves, not just focusing on their income. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day grind of making money, but the true transformation happens when you focus on personal development. This shift in focus is what separates those who only manage to scrape by from those who achieve financial freedom. It's often tempting to put all of your energy into making money. You may think that if you just work harder at your job, land the next big deal, or chase the next opportunity, that's all you need to do. But if you're not growing as a person, if you're not improving your mindset, your habits, and your skills, you will hit a limit. You will reach a point where you can no longer grow your income without growing yourself first. Working harder on yourself is the foundation that allows your income to grow exponentially. It's the secret that most people overlook. Think about the most successful people you know. The common thread is that they continually work on themselves. They read books, attend seminars, and find mentors. They push themselves outside of their comfort zones. They develop new skills and work on their character. These actions do not just make them better at what they do, they make them better people. And as a result, money flows naturally into their lives because they are equipped to handle it, grow it, and sustain it. When you focus on yourself, you build your capacity to deal with challenges. You become more resilient, resourceful, and better equipped to handle the inevitable ups and downs of life and business. It's not the external circumstances that determine your success, but how well you can handle them. The more you work on yourself, the more you're able to face obstacles with strength, creativity, and determination. Money doesn't just flow because you want it to. It flows because you've become someone who is capable of creating, managing, and sustaining wealth. Personal growth also involves a deep understanding of your values, goals, and purpose. Working on yourself means taking the time to really understand what you want out of life, what your deeper motivations are, and what kind of person you want to become. It's not just about getting rich, it's about becoming the person who is worthy of wealth. When you align your actions with your core values and vision, your life and income begin to reflect that alignment. The clearer you are about who you are and what you want, the more effortless it becomes to attract the money and opportunities that will take you to the next level. Your habits also play a crucial role in the process of working on yourself. Success is built on consistency, and the habits you develop today will shape your future. If you want to increase your income, start by improving your habits. The way you spend your time, The choices you make every day and the actions you take consistently will determine the results you get. Whether it's reading, exercising, networking, or learning new skills, each of these small actions compounds over time. The more you invest in your personal development, the more you set yourself up for massive success. Working on yourself also means developing the right mindset. A successful mindset is essential for creating long-term wealth. This involves shifting from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. A scarcity mindset believes that there is never enough, and as a result, people act out of fear, hoarding, and anxiety. On the other hand, an abundance mindset understands that there is plenty to go around and that opportunities are everywhere. Working on yourself means developing a mindset that believes in your ability to create wealth and overcome challenges. It's about looking at setbacks as lessons rather than failures, seeing opportunities where others see roadblocks, and being willing to take calculated risks that propel you forward. The process of personal growth also teaches you the value of patience. Building wealth doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, and often it requires learning from mistakes, picking yourself up after failures, and staying committed to the path. Working harder on yourself prepares you for this journey. It helps you develop the inner strength and endurance to keep going, even when things are difficult. You learn that success doesn't come in a straight line, and that persistence is a key factor in achieving anything meaningful. The more you work on yourself, the more you understand that the process is just as important as the result. The more you invest in your personal growth, the more capable you become of spotting opportunities that others might miss. You begin to think differently, make smarter decisions, and leverage your skills in ways that create greater results. Money is not something you chase, it's something that comes to you when you are ready to receive it. You have to be equipped to recognize and seize opportunities when they present themselves. Working on yourself makes you more intuitive, more strategic, and more capable of recognizing where you can add value and where the next big opportunity lies. Additionally, working on yourself helps you build meaningful relationships. Your network is one of the most valuable assets you can have, and developing yourself allows you to connect with the right people. It's not just about how much money you can make, but also about who you know and who you can help along the way. Personal growth expands your circle, broadens your perspective, and creates opportunities for collaboration and partnership. The relationships you build can open doors and help you grow your wealth in ways you never thought possible. In every area of life, growth is the key to overcoming limitations. When you work harder on yourself, you break through personal barriers and limitations. You stop allowing fear or uncertainty to control your decisions. You stop letting doubt hold you back. Instead, you develop the confidence and self-belief that comes with personal growth. This confidence allows you to take on bigger challenges, stretch your goals, and aim higher. You understand that your personal development is the catalyst that drives you toward greater wealth and success. Working harder on yourself than on your income also brings clarity and focus. When you're clear on who you are, what you want, and the value you bring, it becomes easier to take decisive action. You stop wasting time on things that don't serve your purpose, and you direct your energy toward what matters. This clarity allows you to make smarter decisions, take calculated risks, and avoid distractions. You stop chasing money blindly and start making intentional moves that are aligned with your long-term vision. The more you work on yourself, the more you understand that money is just a byproduct of your growth. The money will follow when you have developed the skills, mindset, habits, and relationships necessary to attract it. When you focus on your personal development, you build a life that is worth the wealth. The wealth follows the person you become, not just the actions you take in pursuit of money. In the end, wealth is not just about money, it's about the kind of person you become in the process. Working on yourself creates a better life, not just a bigger paycheck. It allows you to become someone who is capable of building, sustaining, and growing wealth. When you put in the work on yourself, everything else falls into place. Money flows because you've become the person who attracts it. And that's the ultimate key to financial success. Number 5. Invest wisely in what grows your future value. You must learn to invest not just your money, but your time, energy, and resources into things that will grow your future value. Too often, people focus on short-term gains or quick fixes, investing in things that may provide immediate rewards, but ultimately do nothing to help them grow in the long run. The key to financial success is investing wisely in opportunities, habits, and assets that will provide long-term returns. This is how you secure a future that is not only financially sound, but also meaningful and sustainable. When you invest wisely, you are not just thinking about where to put your money today, but about how that money will work for you over time. Your future value is built on decisions you make now. It's easy to get distracted by the shiny objects and tempting quick wins that promise fast rewards, but real wealth is built slowly and steadily. It's about understanding where your resources will produce the most significant returns over the long haul. So the first step to wise investing is shifting your mindset from instant gratification to long-term planning. Investing in yourself is the most powerful and rewarding investment you can make. Your skills, knowledge, and abilities are the foundation of your future. If you want your wealth to grow, you need to grow yourself first. Invest in education, training, and personal development. Learn new skills, stay updated on industry trends, and surround yourself with mentors who can guide you. The more capable you become, the more valuable you are in the marketplace. The best part about this investment is that it pays the highest returns because no one can ever take away the knowledge and experience you gain. When you build your value as an individual, money will inevitably follow because you become someone who can create opportunities, solve problems, and offer value to others. You must also recognize the importance of investing in your health. Without your health, wealth has no meaning. People who achieve financial success but neglect their well-being often find that their wealth is hollow. Investing in your physical and mental health ensures that you have the energy, stamina, and focus to pursue your goals. Eating healthy, exercising, and maintaining a balanced lifestyle are not just personal choices, they are wise investments in your future success. When you take care of yourself, you become more productive, more energetic, and more resilient in the face of challenges. This is the foundation that allows you to go the distance and achieve your financial goals. Another wise investment is in your relationships. The people you surround yourself with can either lift you up or drag you down. Invest time in building strong, positive relationships with people who support your goals, who inspire you to be better, and who challenge you to think bigger. Your network is a reflection of your future. Strong connections with people who have experience, insight, and expertise can open doors that you might never have found on your own. But these relationships take time to develop and nurture. They require effort and attention. You must be intentional about the people you allow into your circle and be willing to give as much as you receive. When you invest in relationships that add value to your life, you are building a foundation for future opportunities and success. Another important area to focus on when thinking about investing wisely is your career or business. Where are you putting your time and energy today? Is it aligned with your long-term goals? If you are spending your days doing work that drains you or doesn't help you grow, it may be time to reevaluate how you invest your time. A career or business that excites and challenges you will always bring greater rewards than one that simply provides a paycheck. When you invest in work that aligns with your passions, strengths, and goals, you become more motivated, more productive, and more creative. Over time, this type of investment pays off in ways that go far beyond the money you earn. It leads to personal fulfillment, professional growth, and opportunities for advancement. In terms of financial investments, you must take a careful, calculated approach. Wise investors don't throw money into every opportunity that comes their way. They evaluate each investment based on its potential for growth, its risk, and how it aligns with their overall goals. For instance, investing in stocks, real estate, or a business venture may bring returns, but only if you take the time to learn about the market and the risks involved. Instead of jumping into trends or speculative investments, it's important to research, plan, and make strategic moves. Wise investing is about patience, discipline, and understanding that wealth accumulation is a long-term game, not a quick sprint. One crucial aspect of wise investing is diversification. Rather than putting all of your resources into a single investment, it's wise to spread them across different assets. This lowers risk and allows you to protect yourself from fluctuations in any one area. Diversifying your portfolio, whether in stocks, real estate, or even different skills and businesses, can ensure that you're not overly dependent on one source of income or one investment to secure your future. When you diversify, you give yourself multiple avenues for growth, which helps you weather economic downturns or market volatility. Equally important is the need to manage your money well. It's not just about how much you earn, but how you manage what you have. Learn to track your spending, reduce unnecessary costs, and save and invest consistently. Developing a mindset of financial discipline will make you better equipped to take advantage of opportunities when they arise. If you are not in control of your money today, you won't be in control of it tomorrow. Take the time to understand how to manage your finances effectively. This will allow you to maximize your wealth-building potential. Investing wisely also involves a mindset shift. You must stop seeing money as the goal and start seeing it as the tool. Money is not the end game. It's a resource that enables you to live the life you want and build the future you desire. When you view money as a tool, you will focus on how you can use it to create value, grow your skills, and build relationships that move you toward your goals. This perspective shift allows you to make smarter decisions with your money and ensures that it serves you rather than the other way around. As you invest wisely in things that grow your future value, you'll realize that wealth is more than just accumulating money. It's about creating a life that is rich in experiences, relationships, and purpose. When you focus on investments that align with your values and long-term vision, you create a foundation for financial success that is both solid and sustainable. Each wise investment you make, whether in yourself, your health, your career, or your finances, compounds over time, creating exponential growth. The process of investing wisely becomes a mindset, a way of thinking and living that drives you to constantly strive for improvement and success. By focusing on where you are investing your time, money, and energy today, you are actively creating the life you want tomorrow. Wise investing isn't about instant rewards. It's about building long-term value that will provide you with security, growth, and the freedom to live life on your own terms. When you invest in what matters most, your future self will thank you. Number 6. Track every dollar with relentless daily focus. Tracking every dollar with relentless daily focus is an essential practice that can be the difference between financial success and failure. If you're not actively managing your money, it's easy for it to slip through your fingers without you even realizing it. The truth is, your financial future will not just happen on its own. If you want to see money flow into your life like crazy, you must be intentional about how you handle every dollar. This requires discipline, attention to detail, and a constant awareness of where your money is going. Money is a tool, and if you want it to work for you, you need to be the one in control of it. The first step to tracking your dollars is simply becoming aware of where your money is going. Most people have no real idea of what they are spending on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. It's easy to overlook small purchases that add up over time. A cup of coffee here, a snack there, an impulse buy when you're out shopping. These seemingly minor expenses can pile up to a significant amount. When you track your spending, you gain clarity. You begin to notice the patterns in your spending habits. You can see which expenses are necessary and which ones are just draining your resources. This awareness is the first step in taking control of your money. One of the most powerful ways to track your dollars is by creating a budget. Many people shy away from budgeting because they find it tedious or overwhelming, but it is one of the most effective tools in your financial arsenal. A budget is simply a plan that tells your money where to go, rather than wondering where it went. When you track your income and expenses carefully, you'll begin to see areas where you can cut back or reallocate your resources to things that will move you closer to your financial goals. You'll be able to track every dollar that comes in and every dollar that goes out, and that will allow you to make more informed financial decisions. As you track your spending, it's also important to be realistic about what you can afford. Many people make the mistake of thinking they deserve to spend money on things they don't really need or can't afford just because they feel entitled to it. You have to ask yourself tough questions. Is this purchase aligned with my long-term goals? Is it going to help me grow my wealth? Or is it simply a temporary pleasure? The answers to these questions will guide your decision-making process. When you take the time to track your money and ask yourself these questions, you create a stronger connection between your spending and your goals. The discipline of tracking every dollar creates a mindset of responsibility. You start to view money differently. Instead of being something that controls you, it becomes something that you control. This mindset shift is powerful because it empowers you to make decisions that reflect your values and priorities. It helps you resist the temptation to buy things that are not aligned with your goals and focus, instead on investments that will provide long-term returns. It's easy to slip into a cycle of overspending when you aren't paying attention to where your money is going. But when you track every dollar, you hold yourself accountable for every choice you make. One of the biggest reasons why people fail to accumulate wealth is because they don't track their money consistently. They may track their spending for a week or two, but eventually they stop because it feels like too much work. But the key to financial success is consistency. When you track your dollars every day, you build the habit of being intentional with your money. This habit, over time, becomes ingrained in your daily life, and it becomes second nature. Tracking your dollars is not a one-time activity, it's a daily commitment. This commitment is the key to making real progress toward your financial goals. In addition to budgeting, there are various tools and apps available today that can help you track your money more easily. These tools can sync with your bank accounts and credit cards, automatically categorizing your expenses and giving you a detailed picture of where your money is going. Whether you prefer a simple spreadsheet or a sophisticated app, the important thing is to choose a method that works for you and stick with it. The easier you make it to track your spending, the more likely you are to stay committed to it. Tracking every dollar also helps you build an emergency fund. Having an emergency fund is one of the most important financial goals you can set for yourself. Life is unpredictable, and unexpected expenses will always come up. When you track your spending and save consistently, you are building a buffer that can protect you from the financial impact of emergencies. An emergency fund gives you peace of mind and financial security, knowing that you have money set aside for unexpected expenses like medical bills, car repairs, or home repairs. It's one less thing to worry about, and it helps you stay focused on your long-term financial goals. As you track your money, you'll also develop a deeper understanding of your financial habits. You'll be able to identify patterns in your spending and see where you may be sabotaging your own progress. Are you spending more on dining out than you should? Are you overspending on clothes or entertainment? These habits, once identified, can be adjusted. The power of tracking every dollar is that it gives you a clear picture of how you are managing your money, which allows you to make conscious changes that lead to better financial outcomes. Relentless focus on tracking your money doesn't just apply to expenses. It also means being intentional about saving and investing. Every time you save or invest money, you are taking another step toward securing your financial future. Just as you track your spending, you should track your savings and investments, ensuring that your money is working for you. The more focused you are on growing your wealth, the more your financial picture will improve over time. It's also important to track your progress regularly. It's easy to get discouraged when things aren't happening as quickly as you'd like, but by tracking your progress over time, you can see how far you've come. When you hit milestones, no matter how small, celebrate them. Recognizing your progress keeps you motivated and encourages you to keep going. The journey to financial success is not a sprint, it's a marathon. The daily discipline of tracking your dollars will get you closer to your goals one step at a time. Number 7. Learn what rich people do and do it. If you want to create lasting wealth, you have to learn from the people who already have it. The wealthy aren't just lucky or fortunate. They've developed certain habits, mindsets, and strategies that lead them to success. What sets them apart is not necessarily the amount of money they have, but the way they think about money and success. By learning what rich people do, you can start making decisions that will set you on a path to financial freedom. It's not magic, it's not luck, it's a series of intentional actions that lead to results. If you're willing to learn from those who've mastered the game, you can do the same. Rich people are not focused solely on earning money. They are focused on making their money work for them. One of the key things that sets them apart is that they understand the power of investing. Rich people don't just rely on their salaries or business income. They make their money grow by putting it in places where it will multiply. Stocks, real estate, businesses, they make smart decisions to put their money into investments that will provide them with returns over time. Learning what they do means understanding the value of investing and making it a priority in your own life. Whether it's starting a side business, buying real estate, or learning about the stock market, putting your money to work is essential to building lasting wealth. Another thing the wealthy understand is the importance of continuous learning. They are constantly seeking ways to improve their skills, knowledge, and mindset. They read books, attend seminars, and surround themselves with other successful people. They are lifelong learners. If you want to be rich, you have to commit to growth. This means not only learning about finances and money management, but also developing your emotional intelligence, leadership abilities, and other personal growth areas. The wealthiest people in the world aren't just skilled at making money, they are skilled at managing their time, relationships, and emotions. They've developed the mental toughness and discipline necessary to achieve their goals, and you can do the same. Rich people also have an abundance mindset. They believe there's plenty of wealth to go around, and they focus on creating value rather than holding on to what they have. They understand that by creating more value for others, they'll ultimately be rewarded. Learning from them means adopting an abundance mindset for yourself. Instead of focusing on the limitations of your current situation, focus on the possibilities. Rich people know that opportunities are everywhere, and they look for ways to create value in every situation. You can do this too by focusing on how you can help others, whether that's through offering products, services, or your expertise. The more value you give, the more wealth will flow into your life. Time is another crucial factor that sets wealthy people apart from the rest. They understand the importance of time management and prioritize what matters most. Rich people invest their time in activities that will provide the highest return on investment, whether that's business development, investing, or personal growth. They don't waste time on distractions or small inconsequential tasks. They are highly selective about where they invest their time. If you want to be wealthy, you need to stop treating time as something to be wasted. Instead, treat it like the valuable resource it is. Start investing your time in things that move you closer to your financial goals. This means eliminating distractions, saying no to unproductive activities, and creating a schedule that reflects your priorities. Rich people are also incredibly disciplined. They don't make financial decisions based on emotions or temporary desires. Instead, they make decisions based on long-term goals and outcomes. Whether it's saving money, investing in an asset, or building a business, they stay focused on their ultimate objective. They understand that wealth is built over time, and that patience is key. If you're going to build wealth, you need to practice discipline in your finances. This means controlling your impulses, avoiding unnecessary spending, and making decisions that are aligned with your long-term goals. Another powerful trait of wealthy people is their ability to take calculated risks. They are not reckless, but they are willing to step outside their comfort zones when they see an opportunity for growth. They understand that with great risk comes great reward, and they are willing to take chances that could pay off in the long run. They do their due diligence, assess the risks, and make informed decisions. Learning from them means being willing to take risks when necessary, but also being smart about it. It's not about gambling with your money. It's about making thoughtful decisions that have the potential for high returns. In your own life, this could mean starting a business, investing in the stock market, or taking on a new career challenge. Rich people also know the value of building and maintaining strong relationships. They understand that success is not just about what you know, but who you know. Building a network of like-minded individuals is essential for long-term wealth. Successful people surround themselves with other successful people who can offer insights, opportunities, and support. If you want to create wealth, you need to focus on building meaningful relationships with others who can help you along the way. This means networking, collaborating, and seeking mentorship from people who are where you want to be. The relationships you build today can help you create opportunities for tomorrow. One key thing that many rich people do is manage their money carefully. They aren't reckless with their spending, and they understand the importance of budgeting, saving, and reducing debt. Wealthy people don't live paycheck to paycheck, and they don't rely on credit cards to fund their lifestyle. They live below their means, save diligently, and invest for the future. Learning what they do means developing financial habits that will help you achieve financial security. This includes setting a budget, cutting unnecessary expenses, paying off debt, and prioritizing saving and investing. Finally, wealthy people are action takers. They don't sit around waiting for opportunities to come to them. They go out and create them. If they want to make money, they take steps to make it happen. They understand that the only way to get ahead financially is to take action, even when the road ahead is unclear. If you want to build wealth, you must stop waiting for the perfect moment to act. You must take consistent, intentional steps toward your financial goals every single day. The more action you take, the closer you will get to the success you desire. Number 8. Give more value than anyone expects from you. If you want to achieve lasting success and financial abundance, you must start by focusing on the value you bring to the world. In the end, wealth follows those who are truly valuable to others. The more value you give, the more wealth you will naturally attract. This is not just about money, but also about relationships, reputation, and opportunities. The key to unlocking more income, success, and personal fulfillment is to give more than what people expect from you. When you go above and beyond, you stand out. The marketplace, whether it's a business, a job, or even personal relationships, rewards those who provide value. People are always looking for solutions to their problems, and when you are the one who consistently solves them, you become invaluable. But it's not just about meeting expectations, it's about surpassing them. It's about delivering more than what was asked for, more than what was expected, and doing it in a way that makes an impact. This concept can be applied in every aspect of your life. At work, rather than simply completing your tasks as they are assigned, find ways to exceed what your boss or team expects. If you're an entrepreneur, it's not enough to deliver a product or service that merely meets the standard. You need to offer something extraordinary that your customers didn't even know they needed. When you exceed expectations in this way, you create a lasting impression. People will talk about you. They will come back to you. They will recommend you to others. The most successful people understand that their income is tied directly to the amount of value they give. The more you offer, the more you position yourself for success. It's about consistently offering value that solves real problems. This value doesn't have to be huge to be impactful. It can be as simple as going the extra mile, doing something with excellence, or putting in more effort than others. When you create a culture of over-delivery, you create a reputation for excellence, and that reputation is priceless. Let's be clear about something. Giving more value doesn't mean working harder or longer hours. It doesn't mean burning yourself out. What it means is that you're putting more effort into the quality of what you deliver. It means focusing on the experience of the people you serve, not just the end result. You take the time to ensure that every detail is handled and that every interaction leaves a positive impression. This is the difference between just doing a job and becoming irreplaceable. In business, customers are often willing to pay more when they feel they are getting more than what they expected. You want them to walk away from a transaction thinking, that was more than worth it. Whether you're providing a product, service, or idea, always look for ways to add extra value. If you're a freelancer, for example, instead of just delivering the project, offer additional resources or support that will help your client achieve even better results. Not only will they appreciate it, but they'll be more likely to hire you again and recommend you to others. In personal relationships, giving more value means offering your support, kindness, and attention when others don't expect it. It means helping a friend or family member without expecting anything in return. People remember how you make them feel, and when you add value to their lives by being thoughtful and supportive, you build trust, loyalty, and respect. These relationships then become the foundation for even greater opportunities, both personally and professionally. When you focus on giving value, you shift your focus from what you can get to what you can contribute. This mindset shift is incredibly powerful. It changes the way you approach every situation. Instead of thinking about how much you can get paid for a job, start thinking about how much you can give through that job. Start thinking about how you can offer more value, more insight, or more service than what's expected. When you adopt this mindset, your approach to work and life will change dramatically. The idea of giving more value than what's expected doesn't mean you have to do it all at once. It doesn't mean making a massive leap overnight. What it means is looking for small, consistent ways to improve the quality of what you deliver. The secret to building wealth is cumulative. It's about making small improvements every day. When you add value over time, the rewards compound. When you give more than expected, you naturally build a reputation as someone who is generous, dependable, and effective. These traits are highly valued by employers, clients, and business partners. They want to work with people they can trust and who make things easier for them. The more you give, the more people will be drawn to you. They will want to work with you, they will want to buy from you, and they will want to help you succeed. Your relationships will become stronger and your network will expand. It's not just about what you know, it's about the way you show up and serve others. What's important here is the long-term value of this approach. Many people focus on short-term gains and want instant results, but the people who give more value are always playing the long game. They know that over time the results will follow. By continuing to show up with more value than expected, you will inevitably attract success. The process becomes self-perpetuating, because when you add value, others will start to add value to you in return. We often hear that you get what you give, and it's true, but this idea goes beyond just monetary value. When you give more than what people expect, whether it's in your job, your business, or your personal relationships, you build a reputation of excellence and generosity. You will find that wealth, success, and fulfillment start to flow naturally into your life. And that's when money will flow like crazy. But remember, the key is consistency. You must be committed to always giving more than expected. It's not a one-time thing, it's a way of life. And once you embrace this, you'll realize that giving more value doesn't deplete you. It enriches you. You'll start to see that the more you contribute to others, the more you receive in return. Not just in money, but in opportunities, respect, and personal satisfaction. Number 9. Create something people need and will pay for. One of the most powerful strategies you can use is to create something people need and will pay for. The idea is simple. Identify a gap in the market, understand what people struggle with, and offer a solution that makes their lives better. When you focus on solving a real problem, people are not only willing to pay for your product or service, they're eager to do so. This is how wealth is built, not just by working hard, but by providing real value that people truly need. The foundation of creating something valuable lies in understanding what people actually want and need. This goes beyond just offering something that's popular. It's about tapping into a genuine need in the market. You need to think like a problem solver. What are the challenges people face on a daily basis? What makes their lives more difficult? What can you provide that makes their tasks easier, saves them time, or helps them achieve something important to them? Once you identify the problem, the next step is to create a solution. And it has to be something that is useful, relevant, and practical. People don't want to buy something that's flashy or complicated. They want something that works. The best products or services solve specific problems in a way that's straightforward, effective, and easy to use. Focus on the end result and how it improves your customer's life. When you create something that solves a real problem, the next step is making sure it's something people are willing to pay for. This is where understanding the market is crucial. Just because something solves a problem doesn't mean people will pay for it. You need to ensure that your offering aligns with the value it brings. This is where pricing comes into play. The price you set must reflect the benefit you're providing and the value it offers to your customers. Creating a product or service that people need and are willing to pay for doesn't require you to reinvent the wheel. In fact, some of the most successful products and businesses in history were created by improving on existing solutions. Look at what's already out there, identify what's working, and then think about how you can make it better or more accessible. Sometimes a small tweak or enhancement is all it takes to make a product stand out. It's also important to keep in mind that you don't have to cater to everyone. The most successful products often serve a specific niche. When you target a smaller, more focused audience, you can cater directly to their needs, and your product will have a higher perceived value. By honing in on a specific market, you can build a loyal customer base that trusts your expertise and depends on your solution. One of the biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make is trying to create something for everyone. When you try to be everything to everyone, your message becomes diluted and your offering loses focus. Instead, identify your ideal customer and tailor your solution to meet their needs. The more specific your solution, the more valuable it becomes. And the more valuable it is, the more willing people are to pay for it. Now, as you develop your product or service, don't forget that people are not just paying for the solution, they're also paying for the experience. You need to create a compelling story around your product. Why does it matter? How does it improve lives? People are drawn to stories. They want to know why your product exists and how it fits into their lives. The more relatable and meaningful the story, the more connected your customers will feel to your offering. Building a successful product also means creating something that stands the test of time. It's not just about a quick win. Your goal should be to create something that adds long-term value, not something that's here today and gone tomorrow. People are willing to invest in products that they believe will continue to serve them in the future. Think about durability. ease of use, and long-term effectiveness when designing your product. Make it something people will keep coming back to. Once you've created something people need and are willing to pay for, it's time to focus on getting the word out. No matter how great your product is, it won't sell if people don't know about it. Effective marketing is key to making sure your creation reaches the right audience. You need to communicate the value of what you're offering in a clear and compelling way. Focus on how your product solves a problem and how it will make life easier for your customers. But marketing isn't just about selling, it's about building trust and relationships. People want to buy from businesses they trust. One way to build that trust is by being transparent and authentic in your communications. Show your audience that you genuinely care about their needs and are focused on providing real solutions. This will build loyalty and ensure that customers keep coming back to you for more. Building a product that people need and will pay for isn't a one-time effort, it's an ongoing process of refinement and improvement. Always listen to feedback from your customers and make adjustments when necessary. If you're not evolving and adapting to the needs of the market, your product will lose its relevance. Stay engaged with your customers and continue to find ways to enhance the value you offer. Additionally, always remember that creating something people need and will pay for is only the beginning. Once you have a solid product, the next step is scaling. You need to think about how you can reach more people, expand your customer base, and increase your impact. Scaling can involve expanding your product line, increasing marketing efforts, or improving operational efficiency. The more you grow, the more opportunities you have to increase revenue and build long-term wealth. Creating something people need and will pay for is the foundation of any successful business or career. It's not just about making money, it's about offering something of value that has a lasting impact. When you focus on creating products or services that address real problems, you become an invaluable resource to your customers, and that's how wealth is built. As you move forward, always keep in mind the importance of offering real value. The most successful entrepreneurs and business owners didn't get to where they are by offering mediocre products. They built their businesses around solutions that people truly needed. And when you focus on creating something people need, your success will follow. This is how you build a sustainable, profitable business that generates wealth over time. Number 10. Push yourself daily to earn and grow more. You must be relentless in your pursuit of growth. This means pushing yourself daily to earn and grow more. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to do more, and to make progress toward your financial goals. Without constant effort and discipline, growth becomes stagnant, and your ambitions stay just that, dreams. But when you commit to pushing yourself every single day, you create the momentum that leads to real financial success. One of the most significant factors in your financial growth is your ability to consistently take action. Action is what separates those who talk about success from those who achieve it. It's easy to get distracted by the day-to-day demands of life, but it's your ability to set time aside for what truly matters. Earning and growing, that makes the difference. Every single action you take, no matter how small, compounds over time, and the results will speak for themselves. The most successful people didn't get where they are by sitting back and hoping for things to change. They took consistent action toward their goals, even when the results weren't immediate. The key to this is understanding that growth doesn't happen overnight. It's the daily grind that leads to success. Push yourself to earn a little bit more, do a little bit more, and improve a little bit more every day. Even on days when you don't feel like it, remind yourself that growth is achieved by pushing forward when it's hard. Every time you push yourself out of your comfort zone, you're building a stronger foundation for your future success. These small, consistent steps lead to big results over time. One of the most crucial aspects of this process is setting clear, actionable goals. Without goals, it's easy to get lost in the busy nature of daily life. However, when you have a clear direction, every day becomes an opportunity to move one step closer to achieving those goals. Your goals must be specific and measurable. Instead of vague goals like, I want to make more money, focus on concrete objectives like I will increase my monthly income by 10% by the end of the year. This clarity makes it easier to track progress and ensures that every day you're working towards something tangible. When you push yourself to grow and earn more, you also need to take full responsibility for your actions. Growth doesn't happen by chance. It happens because you're intentional about it. If you're not seeing the results you want, it's important to take a step back and ask yourself why. Are you giving your best effort every day? Are there areas where you can improve? Take ownership of your growth journey and understand that only you can determine how much you earn and grow. This level of responsibility means embracing the challenges and setbacks that come with the process and learning from them. It's about maintaining the right mindset even when things don't go as planned. Another critical factor in pushing yourself daily is staying disciplined. Discipline is the backbone of success. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, and making progress even when motivation is low. Motivation can be fleeting, but discipline will carry you through the difficult times. The most successful people know that success is not just about the big wins, it's about making the right decisions consistently, no matter how you feel. It's about focusing on long-term success and not giving in to short-term temptations or distractions. To earn more and grow more, you also need to surround yourself with the right people. Your environment plays a significant role in shaping your success. If you're constantly surrounded by people who are content with mediocrity, it can be difficult to push yourself to your highest potential. Seek out individuals who inspire you, challenge you, and hold you accountable. When you surround yourself with driven, ambitious people, their energy and work ethic will push you to do the same. Find a mentor who has already achieved what you aspire to and learn from their experiences. The right people will encourage you to stay focused, be disciplined, and never stop pushing forward. It's also essential to take care of yourself physically and mentally. Pushing yourself daily requires energy, focus, and stamina. If you neglect your health or allow stress to take over, it will be harder to maintain the momentum needed to achieve your goals. Invest in your well-being, exercise regularly, eat well, and make time for rest. When you feel physically strong and mentally clear, you'll have the energy needed to take consistent action toward your financial goals. An important part of pushing yourself daily is learning to embrace discomfort. Growth comes when you challenge yourself and step outside your comfort zone. If you only do what's comfortable, you'll never grow. The discomfort you feel when pushing yourself to earn and grow more is a sign that you're on the right path. The more you push through that discomfort, the stronger you become. It's about building resilience and mental toughness. These qualities are essential for long-term success. Another aspect of pushing yourself daily is maintaining a mindset of continuous improvement. Never settle for the status quo. There's always room to improve, learn, and expand your knowledge. Commit to becoming a lifelong learner. The more knowledge and skills you acquire, the more valuable you become, and the greater your earning potential. Read books, take courses, attend seminars, and surround yourself with new information. Knowledge is power, and the more you know, the more you can apply to your personal growth and financial success. Pushing yourself to earn and grow more also means staying focused on your why. Why do you want to earn more? Why do you want to grow? Your reason for pushing yourself every day should be clear and strong. This why will serve as your anchor when challenges arise. It will remind you of the bigger picture and give you the motivation to keep going, even on the toughest days. When you know your purpose, every effort becomes meaningful, and every obstacle becomes a stepping stone toward your larger goal. Finally, remember that pushing yourself daily doesn't mean working yourself into exhaustion. It's about consistent, focused effort over time. Avoid burnout by pacing yourself. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Celebrate the small wins, and don't get discouraged by the challenges along the way. With each day that you push yourself to earn and grow more, you are one step closer to the life you envision for yourself. Pushing yourself daily to earn and grow more is the foundation of financial success. It's about being disciplined, responsible, and intentional in your actions. It's about pushing yourself out of your comfort zone and embracing discomfort as a sign of growth. It's about surrounding yourself with the right people, maintaining your health, and committing to lifelong learning. When you push yourself every day, you lay the groundwork for continuous progress and long-term wealth. So take charge of your future today, and remember that success is built one step at a time, every single day.